In this video, we'll be discussing the utilization of your web viewer and your Windows viewer. Now, as we had mentioned in the Getting Started video, to make your selection between the web viewer or the Windows viewer, you'll need to go up to your Preferences menu in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. From here, you'll need to go to the section labeled Document View, and from this drop-down menu, you can determine if you would prefer to use Web Viewer or Windows Viewer. Now, if you do select the Windows viewer, you will need to choose to install the Windows viewer here in the upper right-hand corner of your Preferences screen. This will require that you have the rights to install an executable file, and if your download fails, you may need to reach out to your system administrator. For the time being, I'm going to go ahead and stick with my web viewer as my viewer option. So, I'm going to go up into my assignments, and I'm going to choose to view this document within the web viewer. Now, when you launch the web viewer, you'll see a screen similar to this, showing your actual document in the content pane here in the center, and over on the left-hand side, you'll see your file taskbar. Up at the top, your file toolbar. Here, you'll have your file content pane, which contains your document tree. And then on the right-hand side, you'll have your content taskbar, and then down below, your related documents and related files. Just to highlight a couple of the commonly used features here, over in your file taskbar, you'll have your file details. Now, if a web form has been submitted, a lot of this information will likely populate for you automatically, but this is also where you can manually index your information. So let's say I want to change this. You can just enter the invoice number here and then click on the Save button, and it will save to your index fields within the project. Also, once again, you have the option down here for searching using the tree filter, viewing file activity, and you can view file comments or all activities here, and then any file notes. Once again, right above that, you have your document tree. So this is going to show you your project, your file, and then any documents contained therein. You can also search for files using the magnifying glass icon here. Once again, up towards the top, you have multiple options, including the options to add documents by uploading, scanning, or adding forms or form process. You can route documents, download, print, share via link or via email, and you have a few different viewer options here, including the option to switch to your Windows viewer. Now, over here on the right-hand side in your content taskbar, you, by clicking on the little eye here, can view the document information, including the document size, when the upload date was, and the date changed. You can add a signature or view signatures. You can add an annotation, and if enabled, you may have the option to burn in annotations. And then view the document activity. Once again, you can filter that out by document comments, document activities, or workflow actions. Now, probably the most commonly used option here over in your content taskbar is going to be your workflow options. Now, these are going to be the options given to you within the workflow, and in this case, we just have the option to approve or deny this invoice. And then once again, down here below, you have your related documents and your related files. Now, this will allow you to switch between these files and view this information within the viewer without having to exit the viewer itself. Now let's go to the Windows viewer by clicking on the More drop-down menu here and then clicking Windows viewer. Once again, you can also set your Windows viewer to your default viewer in your Preferences menu. Now here you'll see that the Windows viewer is fairly similar to the web viewer. Right in the middle of your screen you have your content pane, then your file content pane. In the upper portion of your screen you have your file toolbar. Down towards the bottom you have your file taskbar, and then your content bar. Since this is an assignment, our workflow actions have already populated for us down at the bottom of the screen. But once again, if you need to add file details, you just need to go down to your file taskbar, and you can enter any file details here, and then click on the Save File Details floppy disk icon here. Additionally, you have multiple options up at the top of your screen, such as searching for a file, which will populate this file search pop-up window. Then you can import documents, generate a form, or route your document. You also have the ability to save, print, email, etc., similar to your options that you have in the web viewer. And once again, if you're looking for your related files or documents, these are going to be down here in your content taskbar. If you do need to make any changes to your viewer settings, you can go here to the wrench icon, and this will populate your settings menu for you. Once again, I encourage you, if you do have any issues launching the Windows viewer, do reach out to your system administrator.